The only safe way to get fake reviews on Google Business Profile, this is a black hat local SEO strategy, but before I tell you what it is, I have to give you a warning for legal purposes, obviously. So the following information is for informational purposes only. By no means do I endorse or recommend doing the following strategy for getting reviews to your Google Business Profile. Please do not continue watching this video if you plan to use these strategies to get more reviews for your Google Business Profile, because there are risks associated with any black hat local SEO strategy, no matter how low those risks are. So some reminders: always consider the risks. Google actively removes suspicious reviews, and you are responsible for your own consequences. So why do typical reviews get removed that are fake? Let me tell you. So they mostly come from random devices that have never physically visited the location of your business. So Google knows that this review automatically is fake. Other things that they come from random IP addresses, like devices from other countries that have not even been into your country and have left reviews on a bunch of random places all over the world. So the Gmail account that is leaving the reviews, the Google account, has a very unstable record of reviews, and it leaves reviews that are not targeting or related to the keywords of the actual business. So for example, it'll go to a restaurant and say, wow, the cleaning service was so good. What does that even mean? You see what I mean? And they can check that with their algorithm. So this is all a map they do of that Google account, the reviews it leaves, and then they start assessing a score whether or not it's fake review. And if they see a profile that has a lot of highly likelihood fake reviews because of their VPNs, because of the device, because of the Gmail account, because of whether or not it's even ever been to the country, maybe it's using a very bad VPN, etc. They give it a score, and they look at the other reviews on that profile, and if they see a lot with that negative score, they will make a conclusion that will either hurt your rankings and make a result to maybe get a suspension or get your Google Business Profile even removed. And like I said, generic text, random emojis that are not even related to the business. So that's how most fake reviews are done, because they're very cheap and people don't care about how it impacts your business. But if you were to do it the right way, the safe way, this would be the safest way that would actually work. So local devices that are trusted. What does that mean? Physical devices with a Gmail account or Google Maps installed with location tracking services active that has visited your actual location. That indicates to Google that, oh, this is a very likely real review. So if you can get 100 strangers, hopefully they don't leave reviews consecutively after each other. If you have a profile that has never gotten a review and in one day you get 100 reviews. But as an example, if you get 100 strangers to physically walk in with their device with Google Maps on and location services tracking on into your business and out, and then leave a review, and then you control that they use related keywords to your business, whatever you sell or whatever you service, in those reviews, and maybe some photos that they take with those devices in person in the actual location, it's very hard for Google to tell, because you've hit every correct metric. You're telling them that this is very likely to be real reviews. The images, the metadata in the images, the data that actually is captured every time you take an image with a device, like the location, extra details like that, is saved into that image. So when you upload that into your review, you're telling Google that this is a real review. So if everything is done correctly, it looks like a real review. And the most important thing is reviews come in consistently. So let's say you have 30 employees, okay? If you get one or two of them to leave a review every month, and you control that review, you make sure they take images, you make sure they use the same keywords in your keyword target strategy, you see how it works. And then they take the images with their mobile device that they're going to leave the review in, that they visited that business multiple times. Okay, it's very hard for them to tell. But again, this is for informational purposes only. So by no means am I telling you exactly what to do to get fake reviews that actually work. So like I said, device location is a big trust signal. The Google account themselves, have they left many reviews in the local area to local businesses in that area? So if you have a small town and you get 100 people in that small town to all leave reviews. But again, if you do that, everyone in the town is going to know this place, is doing that just to spoof the system, so it won't really work. You have to take many factors into consideration. So you have to control keywords also in your responses to the reviews that you get from your employees, for example. So if you're going to ask your employees to do this, hypothetically, you're also going to use the same keywords that you told them to use in your review replies. Thank you, thank you, Sarah. Really enjoyed servicing your vehicle last week. You're always welcome to come by to our garage anytime. You see garage, serviced vehicle. You see what I mean? So let's say those are the keywords in your keyword list. You retarget them discreetly. See what I mean here? So this is the trick. If you were to do this, which I do not recommend and I do not endorse, this is just for informational purposes only. Remember, it's important to geotag the images. And the most important thing here, if let's say you were to ask your employees, well, never fire or treat these employees poorly in the future, because they can report all the reviews and give a detailed description to Google's support team and say, well, all the reviews are fake, our boss made us do XYZ, this is the screenshot, this is the evidence of him sending me the exact review to post, and then that will really hurt your business. So if you ever do this with your employees, like I said, I always delete, change the review, or worst case, report it all to Google, Google support. And that's why there's a risk to every black hat local SEO strategy. This is the risk in this strategy. Also, other people finding out. Maybe one employee tells someone, a competitor, or someone who works for a competitor, and they report it to their boss, and then they have your profile reported. So, like I said, everything has a risk. Every black hat tactic in any kind of SEO strategy has big risks. So the safest strategy in the long run is to get real reviews without trying to spoof any system. And if you're interested in improving your reviews and finding a good strategy that gets you more real reviews, you can book a free call with me in vortexranker.com, where I help local businesses find more local customers from Google Maps much faster and more organically. And plus, we do review strategies. We do. But yeah, we help you come up with a good review strategy for your business too. So if that's interesting to you, just book a free call right there. Anyway, I hope you found this useful, and obviously I hope you don't use any of these strategies because they have risks and I do not endorse them. That's about it. Take care.